Right, greetings everyone, and welcome to what is going to be just a short, quick video, I hope. I haven't recorded it yet, so I'm not entirely sure. I've done the talk about the JP news, but there was one other thing that didn't quite fit in with the news. I did not include it, so I figured I'd make a short video about it, talking about Grand Arena. Grand Arena is here this week. It is out of beta. And now we are into the actual thing here on JP. It's its first inaugural week. I can say that word. And so this is the team I'm running this week. It is mostly the Ice Element, but I threw Riku in because she is a bonus unit. And I, if nothing else, do like bonuses. As in the plural of bonus, remember, is not bonuses, it's actually boni. Looking at the bonus this week, I mean, I can capitalize on the fact that Riku is very synergistic with the Ice Element. She's also just one of the best characters in the entire game right now. So throwing her into this ice-based team has been pretty good so far. It's still the first day, and I've done the first batch of fights that I can do. So currently, right now, I'm averaging about 4,000. That'll probably drop out before the end of today. The first few days this week of Grand Arena were basically just test days, and now we are into the actual thing. And to that point, we actually have equipment. This is the first special piece of equipment to come with Grand Arena. You can also see the coin distribution is back. And we do have our, daily bonuses, which are pretty much the same, fine. And we have our weekly bonus, which is, the amount of resources that you would expect. And hey, look at this. A bunch of these telescopes recipes. So for people who are curious about how exactly this would work with Grand Arena and this equipment, basically it looks like if you get anywhere from 1st to 10th place, you will get a bunch of recipes. And for people who aren't that motivated, you do get 2 recipes per day. It has been said that these recipes for this equipment will return in the future. It's not just a one-time thing, so you don't have to be nervous or worried about it or feel like you're missing out, because eventually you will get it. But I mean, they are rewarding people who are putting in way too much effort into this mode. It's the way I still feel. And you can see that even if you get like, 5,000, 10,000, which is pretty easy, you can at least get a couple of extra bonuses. But getting top 1,000 goes up to 8. It's quite a big disparity between the first 10 spots. So I don't know. I personally am not going to try for it that hard, but let's actually take a look about this, because this is the first piece of equipment. The big question here with all of this is it worth it? Is the equipment good enough that you would actually want it? Well, I only have 2 recipes, but let's craft one right now. You can also see the things that you need to craft it. Quite easy, I would say. Not any kind of demand in intensity to it. So let's go back out here. Let's go over here. I guess I do have to scroll down through a bit. If you see it first, shout. Never mind, we got it. So here we have the AIM version of this piece of equipment. And this is on Wotv. There are 3 versions: Vitality, AIM, and Critical. Critical has a crit rate of 24. AIM has an accuracy of 22. Extra sources of accuracy are kind of nice right now, and about 200 to 300 HP, 7 defense, 7 spirit, a variable amount of accuracy with 22 being the highest, and critical rate being 24 for the highest. So we have one of these, and we can't exactly preview in here, so thankfully we have Wotv. It is giving accuracy bonus on top of whatever accuracy has on it of plus 20. And that is starting to become a little bit more significant for an accuracy piece of equipment that you could put on top of other sources of accuracy. We also have increase all attack resistance by 10% for the first 5 turns. It is pretty neat. Stronger at the start of battle. And that actual all attack resistance of 10%, that is on top of other resistances, you know, not insignificant. So between the accuracy and that's pretty good. But we also have another ability on here, which is kind of interesting, which is when using a non-damage skill, cast a AP regeneration ability for self. And this is probably the most powerful piece of the Emerald Spyglass, is this extra feature. And to be fair, I've checked it. I'm not entirely sure how this works. And I mean, to my just checking about how this is, this ability doesn't appear to until a +5 version. So most people are not going to figure out what the hell this means for a little while, or at least until somebody makes the first +5 and tests it out to see exactly how it works. Because yeah, there just isn't the details even in Wotv Calc. So I am curious to see this. But between this piece of equipment, the accuracy or the critical, which could be better for certain characters, the all attack resistance, and this regenerating AP, I mean, the way I read it is essentially it means that, like, if you cast any ability any skill that essentially doesn't deal damage, then it should be regenerating AP. So it's an extra source of AP generation, which is quite interesting. So the Emerald Spyglass, I mean, it does actually look like a significant piece of equipment to get your hands on. Is it worth tryharding in Arena? Probably not. I would assume that the way this is, you can probably gather it over, I don't know, 3 or 4 grand arenas. Not entirely sure how many it will be before we see another piece of equipment. Might be months, could be every month, could be a bunch of different stuff. So yeah, all of this essentially points out to a certain way. And if we just look really quickly, I think we can obviously see the ranking. I mean, some people already up at the top, like 23,868. This is just started today for JB, so some people mashing hard as possible. And if you're wondering about refreshes for Grand Arena, well, I mean, I do want to pick a potential one we could win against. That's an EVE 81. I'm just not set up for that. I'm not liking this one, probably. So if we did this, can we refresh? And the answer is yeah. So as you can see, we have a set amount of refreshes as opposed to just free for all spending as much. So the scores are quite high, meaning that these people have basically been spending all of their refreshes as much as possible and trying to optimize as much as they possibly can. Which also, I mean, if you can't just refresh with Lapis, if you can't refresh a lot of ways like that we do with normal Arena, then you kind of have to be a little bit more careful as to what matches you're picking up, because every point lost is potentially a point gained by your opponent. And that makes a Grand Arena, to me, at least a little bit more interesting for now. So anyway, that is the preview of this. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. See you later. No, you're not going to see how this match goes. Or if it is, I'm just going to click it because I remember I said at the start of this video this was supposed to be a little shorter.